Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 3, and today I'm going to be giving you part 8 of What If Naruto Was the Demigod of Fire. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys, I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto Got Stuck in the Apocalypse after the Chunin exam, so go ahead, check that out and enjoy guys. And also remember, for new I indeed have 4 channels which I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. Anime King 2, Anime King 3, Anime Prince. Links will be down in the description for the other 3 channels, so go ahead, check them out and enjoy. If you're new, comment down below so I can welcome you personally guys. And turn on the bell notifications so you can see exactly when I post, because I do post a lot. So without further ado, wasting more time, what do you say we jump right into this new episode? Begin now guys. So, the last part that we left off, Rock Lee and Naruto was going at it in the preliminaries, as it got to the point where the both of them were punching each other in the face, just to see which one of them would give out first, as Naruto overpowered Rock Lee with nothing but raw force. Lee might be strong and even tap into the gates, however, from a young age Naruto had proven to have unnatural strength that seemed to only increase some more. Fun he was having as Naruto's strength was going ballistic, as Naruto ended up slamming his fist across Lee's face, Lee doing the same to him, but the one to fall was Rock Lee. Naruto burst out laughing as he had so much fun, as he wanted Lee to grow stronger so they could fight again. Upon saying that to Lee, Lee ended up passing out as he was taken to the infirmary. With that done, Naruto left the preliminaries despite he shouldn't be leaving just yet, but he still left, as he went to go eat something at Ichiraku Ramen, as he spent time with Ayam until he was summoned by one of the envoys to go and meet with the Hokage, as Naruto went to go and see the old man. As Harrison told him that Kakashi will be training Sasuke for the exams, as Naruto didn't have any problem with that, and Sakura would be trained by Kurenai help with her genjutsu, as he had a teacher for Naruto but Naruto didn't want any. He told Harrison that he would not be doing anything for the exams. Harrison was confused by that, as Naruto said that the rest of the people in the exams are not strong enough to face him. Lee was probably the strongest in terms of that gate thing, however, the rest of them are no challenge. But despite that, Harrison begged him to at least go to the hot springs where his teacher might be, as Naruto sighed as he did the woman a favor. Granted, he was just gonna relax for the remaining month. Naruto loved to push himself and go beyond, however, since the whole transformation thing in the forest, where he summoned the Hellhound, Naruto has been feeling strange. He didn't know why, like his body was evolving. But for now, he just ignored that. The time came as Naruto made his way towards the location as he saw none other than Jiraiya, as the both of them were peeping on the girls. Jiraiya was not surprised to see Naruto, as the both of them end up talking, which turned into a match of them raising their voice higher and higher when they start to curse at each other. Naruto ended up kicking Jiraiya in the back of the knee and punched him across the face and ran away so the girls could get him. Jiraiya found him not too long after. As they started to talk, Jiraiya offered to make him the summoner of the toads, but Naruto refused, as Naruto showed him what he can already summon, as he summoned the Hellhound. Jiraiya was shocked and baffled, however, he decided to show Naruto something to make him teach him, and that was the Rasengan. However, Naruto wasn't interested in it until Jiraiya told him that he could add an element to it. Naruto had probably the strongest fire feint, yes, the strongest fire feint in Konoha, so he decided that that would be his challenge for the month. He would add his fire to the Rasengan. Jiraiya told him that it was a dangerous and struggling task, however, Naruto and him end up fighting, as Naruto decided to show him that he was not one to give up. After a few, hours, Jiraiya couldn't understand how the kid would not fall. as Naruto seemed to be dead on his feet, but yet he would not submit defeat. Jiraiya got burned a few times because he underestimated Naruto and how risky he could be when fighting, and the responsibility about himself was not that much because Naruto threw himself headfirst into anything, and he never seemed to want to go down despite the pounding that Jiraiya gave him with his fist. Naruto seemed to still be able to fight. As Jiraiya relented, as he decided to help Naruto with the Rasengan. The month passed by, but Jiraiya wasn't sure if Naruto did or not because Naruto had separated from him in the 2 weeks, as he went on his own to work on something different. So with that, the time passed by rather quickly. Everyone quickly came to Konoha to witness the great Chunin exams from all over, as everyone was there gathered. As Naruto was the first match, he decided to make quite the entrance by lighting the place up with flames. As Neji went on about fate, but Naruto didn't give a damn what he said. The match started as Naruto went in head first, as Neji tried to close off Naruto's points, but Naruto was moving incredibly fast using the flames on the bottom of his feet to reach Neji. Neji was caught off guard when Naruto reached him in seconds as he quickly did his rotation, but to ever Hyuga's surprise, Naruto stabbed both his hands into the thing. Naruto kept on applying fire chakra down to his hands. The fire became so intense that Naruto started to destabilize Neji's rotation as Neji could barely breathe inside because Naruto was burning out all the air. As Neji ended up stopping as Naruto ripped through, blasting Neji through. The force sent Neji knocked out right into the wall. As he was barely able to look up, his body basically shut down from one literal punch. Well, that punch was followed by a very high dosage worth of fire, which boosted Naruto's strength. As Naruto told him that there was nothing such as fate, he was the one that decided his own fate, leaving Neji a lot to think about. However, Hayashi had heard what he said. Hayashi made a move towards where Neji was, to the hospital. Sakura was next. Despite not winning her match, Sakura gave it her all. She even got a good few hits on Temari that would have taken her out, but Temari was too long range for Sakura's liking, but still, she gave it her all. And Naruto was impressed. Sasuke arrived not too long after as Sasuke proceeded to face off against Gaara. Sasuke was already immensely strong from the help that he got from Naruto, and now Gaara did not stand a chance, as Sasuke showed impressive speed and knocked Gaara down rather easily. He then proceeded to shove a Shidori right through Gaara, protective spear. Gaara cried out as he went psychotic. It was at that time Orochimaru decided to call the invasion, as feathers started to fall. As Naruto watched as the wall broke, as Gaara and his siblings headed out. Naruto watched as Sasuke chased after them. As smiles started to creep up on his face as his hair started to fly upwards. The grin on his face splitting as an invasion was happening as he was surrounded by several ninjas from different villages as they tried to fight him. Naruto smirked as he proceeded to lay the beatment down on them before Kakashi told him to go and stop. The one-tailed Jinchuriki as Naruto remembered that the guy was just like him, as Naruto cracked the ground and shot off into the sky before shooting after Gaara and Sasuke. Over to where Orochimaru was being protected by the spear, with Hiruzen stuck inside. A red-haired Kunoichi glanced over as she saw that burning flame in the heavens. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourself, and don't forget to go ahead and check out the other series. I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto got stuck in the apocalypse after the Chunin exam, so go ahead, check out that and enjoy. So without further ado, wasting more time, what do you say we jump right into this brand new episode? Begin now guys. Sasuke Uchiha was dead tired. Oh yeah, his body was physically exhausted. Throughout the entire fight, Sasuke did not rely on the curse mark. He was relying on his own power, and his own power got him far. Gaara was face first in the dirt, as Gaara's clothing was bloody, as the Sand Jinchuriki was barely conscious, as he seemed to be on the verge of dying. However, it was hard for a Jinchuriki to die, with the beast inside of them healing them. Sasuke was already ridiculously strong from the training that he got from Naruto, making him a lot durable than many others. Not to mention, over the years and with the training that he got from Kakashi, Sasuke gave it his all, and the result was Gaara, face first in the ground, clothing torn up, blood dripping from him. However, Sasuke who was not relying on the curse mark, just using his eyes and the power that he can wield, had used it all. Sasuke wasn't sure that he could move anymore as he stood on his feet. As for Gaara, Gaara had never felt pain like this before. As a matter of fact, before this exam he had never felt this kind of pain before, but now this was beyond intense, as Gaara could barely move. "Mother, it hurts so much," he said. "You promised that you wouldn't let anything happen to me." Gaara cried out in agony as the sand around him started to boil as he let loose. Sasuke looked up in shock as he couldn't believe what he was seeing. Sasuke watched as it rise and rise and rise and rise until it towered above him. Sasuke stepped back in fear, his legs wobbling, as he looked up toward the giant monster. As he saw Gaara right in the forehead, he could see him with his Sharingan. Sasuke's eyes faded back to black. His legs felt like they were about to give out. Sasuke glanced up as he saw the giant hand of the raccoon coming down towards him. Boom! Shukaku straightened himself up as his hand crushed the ground as he fixed himself up properly. His eyes were closed. The beast had not fully taken over yet. As for Sasuke, the Uchiha blinked as he realized he was on something rough. Sasuke felt what he was on crash into a tree, literally destroying it as it fell to the ground. Looking down, Sasuke's eyes came into focus as he realized he was on top of Naruto's Hellhound. What the hell? "Hey, Uchiha!" Sasuke glanced over as he saw Naruto in mid-air, looking down towards him as he slowly floated downwards. "When the hell did you get here?" Sasuke said. "Some time ago," said Naruto. "What? You were watching the whole thing?" "Yeah," said Naruto. "And you didn't say anything, or did anything." "Why would I?" said Naruto. "It was your time to shine. Besides, you bested him. In a fight between your power and his, you bested him with everything you got," said Naruto. As he looked towards the giant beast, he had to resort to the power inside of him to beat you. "That means you still win," said Naruto. "Him alone could not defeat you, but now." "I'm free!" the both of them heard. Shukaku laughter shook the entire place as Naruto pat Hellhound on the head as the beast looked like it was about to take off. "Wait," Sasuke said. "You can't. Fight that thing on your own." Naruto turned towards him and grinned. "You did your job. Now it's time for me to do mine. Get some rest and watch as I work," said Naruto, before he blasted off. The Hellhound jumped away with Sasuke on top of it as it moved away from the destruction that Shukaku started to cause by waving his arms around. "Hey, you stupid rat," said Naruto. Shukaku turned as his shuriken eyes met Naruto. He tilted his head to the side. "I remember you," he said. "You're that one with all the fire." "Ah, I'm glad," said Naruto. "I wanted to remember my name. The name is..." Before Naruto could finish that statement, Shukaku slammed his fist into his gut. Naruto was hit with a tremendous ear wave that blasted him out of the sky. Naruto slammed through several trees before coming to a stop as Shukaku laughed, just like swatting a fly. That is when he heard a yell as Naruto came blasting out of the trees. His fist caught back. "If you think something like that is enough to take me down, well, you're dead wrong." However, Shukaku brought his left arm down and slapped Naruto out of the sky. Naruto's body slammed into the ground with tremendous force. Shukaku raised both of his arms before he brought them down. Boom! The ground shook with tremendous force, cracking and tearing apart as Shukaku turned and used his tail like a scoop to slap everything away as Naruto's body was thrown along with the debris and rubble. Trees were torn apart. The forest was rearranged. As Shukaku laughed. "Just a waste of time," he says. He kept on moving forward. So many people to wipe away as he looked towards a hidden leaf, over towards the village. "This is bad," a Chunin said as he looked over towards the giant raccoon. Who the hell is gonna stop that? Meanwhile, out in the forest, Lily arrived on the scene. As she looked down towards the ground and slowly lowered herself. Are you okay? She asks. As she saw Naruto lying there, his eyes were closed. Don't tell me that was enough to defeat you. I must say, if it was, I'm severely disappointed, she said. As Naruto started to laugh. As his laughter got louder and louder and louder, Naruto here started to stand up. As they started to release an unnatural heat, the ground around him started to crack as Naruto slowly got up to his feet. As he snapped his right arm back into its socket, grinning in pain, Naruto picked himself up as he spat blood out of his mouth, his knees quivering as it seemed to bring a brighter smile to his face. Now this is something I've been waiting for, he said. The ground underneath him exploded as Naruto's feet released a monstrous heat wave that he proceeded to blast off the ground. As Naruto sailed through the sky, his entire skin became red hot. His eyes became blinding white, no pupil, nothing inside. His hair became entirely made of flames. Shukaku turned as he felt it, but it was too late as Naruto slammed right into Shukaku. The beast was blown off its feet and thrown. As the thing was being thrown towards Konoha direction, tearing and ravaging through the forest, that was until it came to a boom stop, like it slammed into an unmovable force. To look to see something small and rather brightly colored holding it back. As Naruto grit his teeth, every single muscle in his body seemed to be straining as Naruto's veins in his forehead start to pop. Shukaku yelled and threw his arms around his legs, trying to get to the ground, but he could not, as Naruto lifted the giant beast off the ground while floating upwards. Naruto gripped his hand into the sand. Shukaku's body started to break as Naruto further pushed his hand into him. Naruto's fire was crystallizing Shukaku as Naruto proceeded to bend in mid-air before he launched him away from the village. The giant beast crashed and rolled, slamming through hundreds of trees, destroying and wrecking the forest. Shukaku's gut was completely crystallized from the hit that Naruto gave him earlier, as Naruto's heat was nothing normal. Back at the village, what the hell is that? Everyone wondered. Even the fighting in the dome came to a stop. Orochimaru glanced. Hiruzen chuckled to himself, despite facing the two former Hokages. What's so funny? Well, Naruto-kun is doing his job. It's time I do mine, Hiruzen said, as his face got serious and determined. Orochimaru turned as he snarled towards the source in the sky. Meanwhile, one of the redheads that were protecting the barrier glanced up as she looked towards that heat wave in the sky that seemed to be affecting even them. How was that possible? The wave of heat seemed to wash over Konoha as everyone felt it. Back with Naruto. As Naruto stood in the sky, his whole body was consuming flames. His skin was red, seeping red, with smoke whipping off his hair as his hair was floating upwards on fire. Shukaku got up as he roared. How dare you hurt me like this, he said as he stomped his foot on the ground. I'll kill you, I'll rip you apart, he yelled. He brought his hand up before he slammed his hand into his gut, firing off several massive ear bullets, but he wasn't done. Sand left his body and shot towards ear bullets, mixing with them. As Naruto took in a deep breath, before he exhaled as flames shot from his mouth, red hot scalding flame that clashed with the sand in the air. A massive swirling inferno was sped into the sky that showered down on everything. The Hellhound had to jump away from the scene, as Sasuke couldn't help but watch what was going on in front of him. It was quite the battle to see. Despite his body running on fumes right now, he had to see this to the end before he passed out. As for Naruto, he took in a breath as his eyes locked with the beast. Several sand Particles rise off Shukaku as they turn into shurikens. Sand shurikens, he said. Naruto burst forward as he flew and twists, bypassing everything. Once he was above Shukaku. Take this, said Naruto. Flaming Fist Barrage! Naruto fires his fists off at a rapid speed. The air pressure starts to combust. Before, fists made from fire start to ignite. Shukaku was slammed repeatedly. As Shukaku cried out as the fists slammed into him as they got more, said Naruto as he kept on releasing them, one after another. The more he punched the air, the more the force slammed into Shukaku until the thing was blasted away. Shukaku's sandy body was marked all over. Parts of his body turned into glass. Hey! Raccoon face, Naruto yelled. This is my first time showing this to anyone else but myself. I hope you like it. Naruto held his hand out as a Rasengan formed in his arm. Now to add in my specialty, said Naruto. As the Rasengan quickly turned golden, before heat waves start to ricochet off it, until Naruto raised above his head. Larger. It got larger, and larger, and larger, and larger, and larger. Back in the village. What the hell? Even the enemy shinobis came to a stop when they saw it. A strange ball appearing out of nowhere that was giving off the same vibes as the sun. The way it was created, the way it formed, the way the heat wave started to spread through the village. As everyone started to sweat, it got larger and larger and larger until Shukaku looked up. Immediately, Shukaku started to release strange orbs and form a ball of his own, a purplish ball. As Naruto started to laugh as he had to put his other hand up, holding on to his technique that was getting bigger and bigger. You think you can stop this, said Naruto. Alright, fine. Let's see whose techniques died out first. As Shukaku started to gather his Biju bomb without saying a word, pumping as much power as he could. Yeah, make it as big as you can, said Naruto, so when I rip right through with it, you will know that I am the strongest. Naruto here started to spike up even more. His skin started to become even more red, his eyes started to pop veins all around his sides. As Naruto's body started to glow even more ominous, his heat started to turn into a more darker red, and darker, it was also tainted. The ball that looked like a sun in his arm. The thing was now big like Shukaku. Shukaku created his Biju bomb. I'll blow you to pieces, he yelled. Take this! As he released it up into the sky. Blow me to pieces. Who decided that? I'll be the one to stand victorious. Now try this on for size. I call it Cruel Sun, said Naruto. As Naruto threw the thing with all of his might. Everyone in the village braced themselves as the two techniques collided. A violent, obscene amount of power went off in a discharge. Shukaku was shocked when he saw the sun literally burn right through his Biju bomb. Granted, Shukaku was not the strongest of tail beasts, but still. How was that even possible? A mere human. A mere child. The technique burned right through his Biju bomb. The explosion gave Orochimaru and his crew time to escape. The third had fallen in battle after using his own life. Giving Orochimaru and his team time to escape the explosion, was able to light up the entire place so bright no one could see a damn thing. As the sound for Orochimaru quickly started to flee the area, Shukaku was hit with a tremendous force. As all the sand was quickly crystallized and shattered. Gaara was lucky that the body of Shukaku protected him, otherwise he would be dust by now. Gaara was thrown so badly he slammed through several trees. Several of his bones were shattered as he was thrown, his body being broken to pieces. His arms and legs. Gaara could not move as he found himself in a crater, fully awake, and Shukaku was not even saying a word to him. The beast would need some time to recover its chakra after being completely expelled like that. However, it was not dead. A tail beast could not be killed like that, especially when tied to a horse. As for Naruto, as Naruto was on his feet, Naruto marched over to where Gaara was, despite after all of that. Arriving in front of Gaara, Gaara was on the ground, unable to move. No, no, he yelled. Don't take my existence. As Naruto looked down at him, what? As Gaara tried to back away in fear, a look of absolute terror was on his face. As Naruto spat on the ground, pathetic. Where was this psychotic, powerful person that I saw in the exam? How have you reverted to this state? Get away from me, said Gaara, yelling in fear. Tch. And yet I thought you'd be a worthy foe, but you're nothing but a disappointment. Cowering like the fool that you are. Get up and fight me, said Naruto. As Gaara could not even move. I will not allow you to take my existence. Your existence? I'm afraid that is already taken. What? Said Gaara. The moment you submit defeat, that has already been taken away from you. You're nothing but a fool. You were defeated by Sasuke some time ago. What? But he lost, Gaara said. Oh, that's what you believe, huh? Well, you're wrong, said Naruto. You're the coward in this situation. I mean, you tap into the power inside of you to fight Sasuke. If I'm not mistaken, he beated you, he bested you with his own power. That means you're nothing but a cheater, said Naruto. It is different when you fight me with that kind of power, because I am also a Jinchuriki. Gaara looked at him. What? Yeah, you're looking at the holder of the 9 tails, and you don't see me running to the beast for power to defeat you. Granted, it doesn't really matter when you're fighting me with that power, but you try to overpower Sasuke like that, which was a disappointment. Fight with your own power. If you lose, you lose. But I never lose because I never give up. Even when I'm beaten and broken down, I never fall, said Naruto. And you've done nothing but disappoint me. How, said Gaara. How could you be like me and yet be this way? Naruto slammed his fist in his chest. Because I am Naruto Uzumaki, soon to be the world's strongest. My name will be heard across the nations as a god. The god of fire, said Naruto as he stepped forward. Wait! A voice called out. Naruto turned to see the siblings of Gaara. Come to fight me as well, huh? Said Naruto. No, said Temari. We're not here to fight. Yeah, said Kankuro, this whole thing. It was a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? You attacked my village, said Naruto. How is that a misunderstanding? We were tricked by Orochimaru. He killed our Kazekage, said Kankuro. Is that so? Said Naruto, as he looked towards them. How do I know this is not some kind of trick? That you're just saying this so I don't kill you all. Naruto turned to his left. It's true. They're escaping right now. They are? Where? Over there, she said. Well then, I guess you're right, said Naruto. Who are you talking to, said Kankuro. None of your business. Take him and go, said Naruto. But know this, if the alliance between our villages is not fixed, I'm coming for you all, he said. As Naruto proceeded to take off. The both of them looked down towards Gaara as they helped him up. Gaara had went through a lot mentally, as his mind was clear for the first time in a long while. Hearing that Naruto was just like him and yet he fought for his home and his people. How could people like them have that kind of life? As Gaara remembered that he had people around him, his team, he talked to them like they were friends. He also told Sakura that she did a good job, as Gaara remembered the pink hair girl, when he would tell her to do her best, because that is the best she can do. Kankuro, Temari. Yeah, Gaara, they said. I'm sorry. Both of them were speechless, as they never expected that in the slightest. Oh, it's okay, said Kankuro, unsure how to respond to that. Yeah, it's okay. Let's get you home, said Temari. Meanwhile, Orochimaru was furious as he ran. The Sound 4, at his left, right, and behind him. Orochimaru was pissed off. Yes, very, very pissed off. His arms were flapping at his side, completely useless. His body felt extreme pain as he moved. It was a surprise that his legs were still going as they were at the moment. The group snapped their head to the side as Drobo quickly shoved his master out of the way. A spear shot past them and slammed into the tree next to them. The whole tree caught on to flames. That is when several small balls with faces on it that was smiling arrived. Boom boom. They said, they talk. Boom! A gigantic explosion separated the group. Teiwaya crashed into a tree, not expecting that in the slightest. Jirobo was able to brace himself as he took the brunt of the attack. Kidomaru was thrown to the ground, as Seikon was able to flip away from the blast, protecting his master in the process. Jirobo using his body to protect Orochimaru. What the hell is it? Orochimaru said. And where do you think you're going, Snakeface? Said Naruto. You, Orochimaru said, as he looked over Naruto's body. He remembered what he did to Blonde in the Forest of Death, and yet here he was, completely fine. So I heard that you're responsible for all of this, and yet you're trying to flee. Well then, I guess it's time I rip you apart. You don't seem to be doing so good. As Naruto shot forward, however, Jirobo jumped in his path. Get out of my way! Naruto slammed into Jirobo, but Jirobo was able to cancel the force of the both of them cracked the ground. What the hell? Said Jirobo, as he found his feet leaving the ground. I said, get out of my way! Naruto threw him, as Seikon jumped over Jirobo as he shot his fist towards Naruto's face. Naruto jumped to the side before a gigantic beast came down on top of him. The beast smashed Naruto into the ground, as Teiwaya played her flutes. Leave him! Let us go, Orochimaru said, knowing that backup might be here soon. Teiwaya jumped over her doki as she landed on the ground. She started to move until, boom! Her doki exploded as the thing was swallowed in flames. That is when chains, hot searing chains, wrapped her on her left arm. She cried out in pain as it burned her. She was yanked. Her eyes went wide as Naruto's fist smashed in her face with tremendous force. Her head slammed into the ground, knocking her out as Naruto pulled the chain off her hand. Its chain was dripping with lava as Naruto swirled it in mid-air when he saw Jirobo lift up a gigantic boulder. As he threw it, Naruto's eyes went wide as he saw the boulder coming towards him. Naruto gripped his fist so tight that it started to glow white, before he jumped upwards and smashed the boulder to pieces as it exploded. However, it was just a diversion. Naruto shot high in the sky as he looked around, as he couldn't see them anywhere. A distance away, Teiwaya, Jirobo said, leave her, Orochimaru said. It's time to go now! As they flee the scene, Naruto landed on his feet as Lily arrived beside him. Where did they go? Said Naruto. They're gone, she said. Even if you caught up with them, the amount of time it will take you and the power that you will need, you will run yourself ragged. You might win given their leader weakened state, but you'll have to push yourself even beyond your limits. So what? I'll find them, said Naruto, as he stepped forward only to feel a spasm through his body. Naruto had pushed himself beyond his limit already, as he wasn't supposed to be on his feet anymore. The attack that he used against Shukaku took a lot out of him. However, Naruto had more than enough chakra, not to mention supernatural abilities that was not normal in the slightest. But still, even he had his limits in his body that has not reached his full potential. Lily looked over him. You're still nowhere close to your full power, she said, as she then looked down towards the ground. What are you going to do with her? Oh yeah, said Naruto. Oh, I know. I'll just use her to find where the Snake Man went. As Naruto whistled, upon whistling, as a gigantic Hellhound arrived on the scene with the unconscious Sasuke on its back. Sasuke but gave out after a scene. Naruto won the match. Hellhound, said Naruto. Eat her. The Hellhound came over and opened his mouth as he grabbed the girl on the ground and gobbled her up, swallowing her in the process. Hellhound then lowered his head as Naruto climbed on top of his head. Get me back to the village, Naruto said, as the thing took off as Naruto held on to him. Time skip. The sky was pouring rain down on them. It seems like even the heavens were crying. Everyone was dressed in black and mourning for the death of the third. The Hokage had died in the attack, slayed by Orochimaru. However, what was reality was that he risked his own life to seal away the two former Hokages and seal Orochimaru's arms. Sakura, dressed in all black, glanced over towards Sasuke. "Where's Naruto?" she said. As Sasuke shook his head, he did not know. As Sakura thought if anyone, Naruto would have been here, but he was nowhere to be seen. As everyone heard something crash, as made all of them turn. Everyone turned when they saw him. The raindrops were not touching his body. They got close, then they evaporated. Jiraiya stood in a tree as he watched the scene. Everyone parted and gave way as Naruto stepped right towards the grave. Naruto stood in front of the grave as everyone watched him. No one said a single word. He was dressed in his normal clothing, as he was not wearing a shirt, just his vest. As Naruto placed hand on top of the grave. "You did well, old man," he said. "You fought for this village and gave your life, never backing down in the process. That is what a true leader does. His words actually help the people a lot. And I promise you, I will hunt the snake down until the end of the earth. And when I find him, I'll burn him to pieces," Naruto yelled. As heat seemed to shut off Naruto's body, every single person around found their clothing got instantly dry. The heat continued to rise until it shot up in the sky, as steam seemed to fill the entire place. Everyone watches the clouds evaporated and the sun pierced through the heavens, shining down on Naruto first before it spread. A warm, beautiful light flying over the area. The people were shocked as they watched as every single raindrop clear up. Every single drop simply evaporated. As Naruto proceeded to walk away, he was stopped though. "Quite something, wasn't it?" said Jiraiya. As Naruto glanced over towards him. "You must be upset as well," said Naruto. "He was your teacher, the one that trained you to be who you are today." "Yeah, he was," said Jiraiya. "However, Orochimaru is a very slippery man. He's hard to find." Naruto pounded his fist in his chest. "It does not matter because I have a way to find him." "What's that?" said Jiraiya. "When I find him, I'll let you know. Because I will be the one to hunt him. And I'll bring his head back and show it to the old man," said Naruto. Jiraiya looked at Naruto like he was crazy. He was saying that he was going to bring Orochimaru's head to bring it to Hiruzen's grave. However, that look in his eyes. Jiraiya didn't know why, but he believed him. However, he was wondering how exactly he was going to find him. If Jiraiya, Konoha's spy master, could not, how was Naruto going to find him? Time skip. Naruto stood in front of Hellhound in his basement. Hellhound had grown to a very large size. He then proceeded to open his mouth as Naruto jumped inside. Hellhound then proceeded to curl up in the corner as he lowered his head and closed his eyes. Meanwhile, Naruto found himself in a different dimension of sorts. It happened over the break. Naruto was training with Hellhound under Rasengan when he proceeded to eat him. Naruto had found himself in this dimension. Behind him there was a small cave. Walking through that, Hellhound would open his mouth and Naruto could see light and he could step back in reality. This place was strange. Naruto was not sure where he was, but it felt so familiar. Hellhound could not speak, so Naruto wasn't sure what it was though. It was a crack-floored ground. It was cracked and steam came from it. And from what Naruto knew, he could mess with the environment, change it to his liking. It seems like his mind had control over this place. That is why as Naruto made his way, the girl slowly started to come to. Her eyes slowly fluttering open. The first thing she felt was pain. Her left arm had a strange marking on it. Chains. It was like chains had burned on her skin permanently. It was when Naruto wrapped the chain around her arm. Teiwei glanced around confused. She was on a strange ground that looked hollow and grey. Picking herself up slowly, she grabbed her head. "I see. You're finally awake, woman," said Naruto. Her eyes slowly caught on to who she was looking at. She quickly reached. However, looking for something, said Naruto. "I took that away some time ago." "You bastard." "Where the hell am I?" she said. "What did you do?" "Oh, this is my little personal Escape, said Naruto. This was one of the reasons why Jiraiya could not find him during the 2 weeks. And no one can find you here. Is that so, shithead, she said. What did you just call me? Said Naruto. I said shithead. As Naruto looked at her strangely. You think you can keep me here? Well, big mistake. Even though you took my flute. She rushed forward as she threw her fists, but Naruto caught her wrist. She then proceeded to drive her fist towards his chin. It slammed under Naruto's chin and lifted his head back. As Naruto grinned and looked down towards her. You're strong. As he slammed his forehead into hers. Jiraiya staggered back as she felt everything spinning just from one headbutt. As she looked up, only for Naruto to grab her by the shirt and lift her up. He then proceeded to throw her right into the wall. She slammed into it hard as she collapsed on the ground. He then grabbed her by the face and started to drag her. He then lifted her over a spot before the ground gave away. Jiraiya glanced down as she saw nothing but molten lava. Her eyes widened in shock as she grabbed onto his arm. Her feet came up and wrapped her on his neck. If I'm dying, you're dying as well, she said, as she could not budge him though. As Naruto merely chuckled before he threw her over to the other side, tearing her off him. The groan behind him returned back to normal. You're one resilient woman, said Naruto. I like you. Well, I hate you, piss for brain. And you do curse a lot. However, I'm gonna need you to tell me where Orochimaru is. Well then, you can go and screw yourself because I'm not telling you shit, she said. As Naruto walked over towards her. You wanna fight? Come on, she said. However, he simply sat down in front of her. You're loyal. Really loyal. Even ready to die for him. Why? I'm not telling you shit or you're deaf, she said. You know this place is only accessible to me, right? I'm the only one that can go and leave when I please. I made sure of that, said Naruto. The entrance won't open without my consent, so you're basically trapped here. I will leave you here for the rest of time until you die. Is that what you want, alone? Never to see a single soul again. A look of panic flashed in her eyes before it was replaced with that arrogant look. Do as you please, shit for brain. I'm not telling you shit. You rather die? Yes, she said. So do your worst. Screw you, asshole. Fine then. Die. Alone, said Naruto as he walked away. She watched as he walked right through. She rushed over towards the cave entrance. As she tried to feel through, but nothing was there. Damn it, she said as she pounded her fist against the wall. Where the hell am I, said Jiraiya, as she glanced around. Meanwhile, Naruto stepped out of Hellhound's mouth. I like her, he said, as he proceeded to leave and went upstairs, raising his hand towards Hellhound. Hellhound's body turned to lava and rushed into Naruto's palm before he made his way upstairs. He was stopped by Uncle. Your friends came by, she said. I told him that you were not taking visitors right now. I figured that you wanted some time by yourself. You are correct, said Naruto. I was interrogating my prisoner. Your prisoner? What are you talking about, she said. Nothing important, said Naruto. What did they want? They just wanted to see you. You've made quite the buzz over the village, and then you vanished for 2 days. I've been busy, said Naruto. They could wait. As he sat down in the kitchen. I'm hungry. You want me to cook for you, she said. As Naruto turned towards her. I don't wish to die so soon. She whacked him over the head. My cooking is not that bad, Uncle said. Yes, you're right. It is worse, as she whacked him again. Meanwhile, that was going on. Nah, said Jiraiya as he turned towards the elders. But we need you, Homura said. I think I have someone better in mind. She would fit the position incredibly well. Who might that be? Jiraiya turned towards the elders as he grinned. As he said one name, really? Yes, with her lineage it would be perfect, but do you really think that you can bring her back to the village or even find her? Of course, said Jiraiya. I am the world's best spy master after all. Alright then. We will gather a team of Anvu, no. I just need one person to tag along with me. One person? Who might that be? Well, the recent hero of the village, of course. Are you speaking about that child? Whom you asked? The one and only, said Jiraiya. Time skip. As Naruto was walking through the village, as he wondered why everyone was looking at him. Usually they all looked at him strangely or get out of his way, but now, as Naruto saw a bunch of kids looking at him with awe. Hey! Naruto shouted, as all of them snapped their attention towards him. Why are you all looking at me? The kids walked up to him cautiously. You're the one who protected the village from that monster, right? Huh? Said Naruto. You know, the sandy monster. Ah yes, said Naruto, that ugly raccoon. Yes, I was the one that beat the crap out of it. What about it? Said Naruto. That was awesome. Yeah, you're a real hero. As Naruto looked at them strangely, they all grinned up at him. Yep, and don't you ever forget it. The name is Naruto Uzumaki, he said, giving them a grin. I'm the one that saved your asses. And the next time any monster shows itself in this village, I'm gonna pound it into dust. Whoa. He's so awesome, another one said. Yeah, I know, right? As Naruto simply walked away. The people watched him, as Naruto simply walked, hands in his pockets. As he arrived to his favorite location, Naruto-kan Ayam said, a big smile on her face. I'm so happy that you're alright. Why didn't you come sooner and let me know that you're okay? I had to hear from your friend Sasuke to know that you're okay, she said. Sorry, said Naruto, but I was busy. You could have at least stopped by. I guess I just lost track of time, said Naruto. Ah, look who we have here, said Suke. The hero of the village, he said. Quite the spectacular feat you put on there, kid. Taking on that giant by yourself and coming out victorious. How about a couple of free bowls of ramen in the house? Celebration, he said. Sure thing, old man, said Naruto. I'm starving. Coming right up, said Suke, as he started to make the bowls. While that was being done, Naruto and Ayam started to talk until someone else came in. Lord Jiraiya? Naruto glanced behind him as Jiraiya stepped in with a smile. Tuh, calling him Lord Jiraiya is a big understatement. You should call him Perfect Sage, said Naruto. Naruto-kan, Ayam said. He's one of the legendary Sanins. How could you say such a thing like that? He can hear you. Of course he can hear me, said Naruto. He is a pervert. Isn't that right, Perfect Sage? Jiraiya whacked Naruto over the head. I told you to stop calling me that, he said. But it's not a lie, said Naruto. Why do you want me to stop telling the truth? Jiraiya sighed. Alright, enough, kid. Look, we have a mission. We have a mission? You're not my sensei. Well, I asked for you personally to go on this mission with me. I mean, think about it. You're gonna get to go on a mission with a Sannin of all people. Don't you want to do that? That does sound awesome, said Naruto. What are we gonna do? I'll tell you once we're out of the village. Alright, then you just have to wait, said Naruto. First thing first, I'm hungry. Jiraiya watches Naruto gulp down ramen after ramen. Wow, you sure can eat, said Jiraiya as he watched Naruto, gulping down bowls after bowls. Time skip. Shikamaru told me that he saw Naruto head off with Jiraiya of the Sannin. Really? Said Sakura. She looked towards Ino. Yeah, earlier this morning. They left the village and all. When he asked, Naruto said that he was going on a important mission. I guess since he protected the village, and he's a big shot now, he's probably gotten a higher rank than all of us, said Ino. I doubt that they've given out new promotion yet. I mean, I've not heard anything about that, Sakura said. But you're right. Naruto is really strong. Stronger than Sasuke, Ino said. Well, a long time ago I wouldn't say that, but yeah, he is. Wow. You've really changed, you know that, right, Sakura? I have? Yeah, you've changed a lot recently, said Ino as the both of them walked. Maybe you're right, Sakura said. But it wasn't a lie. Even Sasuke probably knew that as well. Naruto was immensely strong. Time skip. Wow, said Sasuke as he was surprised. What's with the look, said Kakashi. Well, it's just, you're early for once. I wonder if today is the day that the world come to an end. As Sasuke looked up to the heavens. Come on, said Kakashi. I'm not that bad. Yes. Yes, you are. Well, unfortunately, despite me being early, I'm afraid that we'll have to take a rain check. I've been called in for a special mission, he said. Sasuke grumbled at that. Don't worry. The moment I come back, we'll get right back to your training. You better hurry up. Naruto is off training with Jiraiya the Sannin, and I do not want to get left in his dust. He is getting a lot stronger, isn't he? But don't worry, Sasuke. You have just as much potential as Naruto, and I'll help you get to where you need to be. Sasuke glanced over toward the tea shop that they were in front of. Kakashi glanced towards it as well, but the two people that were once there were gone now. Sasuke shrugged off the strange feeling that he just had, as he made his way off. As Kakashi glanced up ahead, Kurina and Asuma already moved off. Meanwhile, that was going on, as Naruto and Jiraiya finally arrived to another town. "When are we gonna find this woman?" said Naruto. "Patience," said Jiraiya. "We will find her, but it's gonna take a little time. I already told you that." "I do have other things to do, you know." "Like what?" said Jiraiya. "Interrogate my prisoner. You know, you've said that at least 5 times already. Which prisoner are you talking about?" "The one I took from Orochimaru." Jiraiya paused in his step. He thought that Naruto was joking every time he said that. He didn't know why, but he just thought that Naruto was joking. However, he slowly turned. You're joking, are you not?" "Why would I be joking?" said Naruto. "Wait, you're serious?" "Of course," said Naruto. "You took one of his own shinobis?" "Yes. Those 4 that follow around the snake Sannin. I took one of them." "Wait, his 4 bodyguards?" "Who? Where is this person?" said Jiraiya. "They're in my care." "Back at the village?" Jiraiya said worriedly. "No, I have them with me." Now Jiraiya knew that Naruto was joking. "Where? In your pockets?" he said. "No," said Naruto. "Inside of Hellhound." Jiraiya gave Naruto a confused, skeptical look. "What do you mean inside of Hellhound?" "There is a different dimension inside of Hellhound that I store things inside of. Mainly people, because they can't escape. Well, this is the first time, so yeah," said Naruto. "So you're telling me that for this entire time, you've had someone stored inside of your summon? One of Orochimaru's elite bodyguards, interrogating them for information on Orochimaru. So that is what you meant by finding him first?" "Exactly," said Naruto. "Now if you would stop wasting my time with this hunt, I would be able to get some more information," said Naruto. "Huh." Jiraiya looked at him. "All this time I thought you were just crazy, but you were just telling the truth what you were actually doing." Jiraiya sighed. "I'm gonna need you to give me that person," he said. "No," said Naruto. "What do you mean no?" said Jiraiya. "I have the capabilities of finding notes, more than you ever could. Well, you could have caught the person yourself, but you did not." "Look, Naruto, this is, I said no. And no means no, so let's go find this woman already." Jiraiya frowned as he looked over the blonde before he grabbed his hand. "Hey, what are you doing?" said Naruto. "How do you get that beast out here?" he said. As Naruto laughed. "Oh, I'm the only one that can do that. So no," said Naruto, as he gave Jiraiya a smug look. "Look, Naruto, this is no joking manner," Jiraiya said. "If you have someone that has information on Orochimaru, I'm in a better situation to get that information out of the person." And I said no. "Stop being so stubborn, brat," said Jiraiya. "You can shout all you want," said Naruto, "but that's not gonna help you. You brought me on this mission to help you find this woman, so let's find this woman already." Jiraiya sighed. "You're not gonna show me the individual, are you?" "Nope," said Naruto. "And keep on hassling me and I'll let Hellhound eat you as well," said Naruto. As Jiraiya glared at him, "Are you at least feeding the person so they won't die?" "Of course," said Naruto. "I'm not some kind of idiot." "Alright, fine. I'll give you a month. A month to find out what you think you can find out from this individual about Orochimaru, as long as you feed the person properly, and don't let them die in there. Do you understand me? And what if I don't hand them over in a month? Then I'll forcefully take them from you. And how exactly are you gonna do that?" "I have my ways," said Jiraiya as he gave Naruto a look. "You wanna fight me, old man?" said Naruto. "Oh, I'm not gonna fight you, but I am going to get the prisoner. But I'm gonna give you a month. And if that month passed and you got nothing, I'm gonna go into other methods of getting that person that you have locked away, said Jiraiya as he started to walk. Oh, I would love to see you get this information out of me, said Naruto. After all, I'm not one to ever turn down a fight. We'll see, said Jiraiya as he kept on walking. The moment they fully got into the town, a female fluttered her eyes at Jiraiya as he lost all composure. He went after her after throwing the key to Naruto. Naruto arrived at the hotel as he let Hellhound swallow him once again. Meanwhile, in the isolated dimension, there were several bowls of empty ramen. Teiwaya got hungry, so she had no choice but to eat. Otherwise, she would have died of starvation. On the other hand, that would have been a good thing, to not spill any secret for her master, but she was sure that she would find a way out of here. Before Naruto had left, he had ordered 10 bowls of ramen before he had left, and he had placed them inside here. And she had eaten all of them. That was some time ago, and now she was hungry once again. Her stomach was rumbling as she still could not find a damn place out of here. That is when she saw the light as Naruto stepped through. But it was not just him alone though, he had a clone with him. As the clone was holding several bowls of ramen, as he was holding several as well. This is not my usual ramen spot. Granted, they don't taste as good as Ichiroku ramen, but it's still ramen. And besides, you're a prisoner, so you will eat what you get, said Naruto. As he placed down several bowls in front of her, the others were for him. Teiwaya looked up at him with a glare. Oh, I see, she said, as the clone poofed away. You think by being nice that I'll hand over the information willingly? Be nice, said Naruto. I'm only feeding you because I don't want you to die. Because if you die, you'll be useless to me. You think I'm being nice? If I was nice, I would have let you out some time ago. Wasn't it horrible in here by yourself, isolated all alone? She gave him a look as Naruto saw that look in her eyes once again. That look of panic. But it went away so easily. Tuh. Torture me all you want, shit for brain. I'll never break you. You can never break me. Yeah, Jiraiya told me the same thing. But I will, said Naruto. However, I'm giving you a week. A week to do what, she said. To give me what I seek peacefully, otherwise I'm gonna hurt you. As she started to laugh. You think pain will give you anything, she said. Oh. This will be beyond any pain you've ever felt before. You see, this place is connected to my mind. I can control it, said Naruto. To an extent, I can bend reality in here. And you have no idea the things I can conjure up. And they physically hurt you. I don't know what this place is or where it came from, but it's like my own personal dimension. And you have no idea what I'm capable of. I'll bring you to the edge of death and bring you back. Teiwaya started to panic now. As she looked at him, seeing that look in his eyes, there was no humor, no laughing. I still won't tell you anything, she said. Rot in hell, you bastard. Oh, I won't be the one rotting, said Naruto. But you still have a few days though. I did say a week. So eat up, said Naruto. It's mood switching so quickly. So, by the way, what's your name? Screw you. Okay, screw you, said Naruto. So, how long have you been working for Orochimaru? Screw off, she said. That long, huh, said Naruto. Have any friends? Would you shut the hell up, she said. Oh, that many, said Naruto. He was now mocking her as she started to clench her fists. You know, I like that loyalty that you have. Why don't you work for me, said Naruto, and be my subordinate? I can use someone like you. You're loyal, unwilling to give up any information on Orochimaru despite him not giving a damn about you. You know nothing, she said. Oh, I don't? Well, think about this, said Naruto. Aren't you just his slave? You don't know what you're talking about. I'm one of Orochimaru's elite guards. Better than any of the others. Is that what he told you, said Naruto. You should know the moment you got knocked out, Orochimaru ran. That's because more subordinates were coming from your village. And he was weakened. Even if I were weak, down to my last breath, I would never leave behind someone that is loyal to me, said Naruto. Get your priorities straight. You know nothing about war. If your king is captured, game is over. So sacrificing your pawns would have to do, she said. And that is what you are. Nothing but a pawn. She went quiet. It doesn't matter what you think, alright? You know nothing, and I'll never tell you shit. Whatever you say, pawn. Stop calling me that. Pawn. Pawn, pawn, pawn. She jumped forward as she punched him across the face. Naruto gripped her hand and slammed her into the ground. I thought we went over this. I'm stronger than you, said Naruto as he leaned, looking right into her eyes. You know, if you just tell me what I want, you wouldn't be having to go through this pain, said Naruto as he picked up a bowl. Now open up. She punched him. However, Naruto held his hand out as chains. These ones that did not burn her wrapped her on her wrists and pinned her down. He then proceeded to open her mouth as he slowly started to force feed her. She spat the food in his face. As Naruto wiped his face off. No, that was rude. He poured more ramen in her mouth before. He held her mouth shut as he rubbed her throat, making her swallow. Get off me, she yelled, as Naruto simply chuckled. The punishment would be much worse than that. And if you're already that upset about being force-fed, imagine, what will happen when I start to actually punish you, said Naruto. Do as you please. I won't break, she said. If only you could be loyal to someone that is actually loyal to you, said Naruto. You just wait until Orochimaru finds me. He's gonna kill you, she said. Oh, is he now, said Naruto. I am one of his main guards, who has served by his side loyally for years now. You have no idea what kind of trouble you're in. Is that so, said Naruto. It would be really wonderful if I were to get you to hear from Orochimaru himself how little you mean to him. But I can't find him, so that's gonna be hard to do. Well then, I guess you just have to stay here until you decide to tell me what I want to know. Eat up for now, said Naruto. You're currently happy. Soon enough, I'll put you through nothing but horrendous hell. As Naruto got up and started to walk away, leaving her there. As she was left alone, her stomach started to rumble once again. As she looked towards all the bowls on the ground, she snatched one of them up. Screw that bastard. Soon I'll be free, and he will get what is coming to him, she thought to herself. As she ate the ramen, she was hungry. But guys, to be in subscribe right here. If you want to see next part and do, like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on that bell notification, stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends, your social media platform. And also stay tuned for the rest of the what ifs coming your way. So without further ado, I'm off for now. See you guys soon. Peace, guys.